Welcome to episode 1 of Covertape Chaos Zzapped. In this series I will be going through all of the cover tapes that were featured on the front of classic issues of Zzap 64, one by one, taking a look at the contents and giving my overall opinion of the quality of each one. There will be tons of demos, full games and other bits and bobs for us to discover, so come join me as I take a nostalgic trip back to the past. Let's begin. We start with the Zzap sampler found on the cover of issue 26, which was one of the earliest examples of a magazine cover tape to exist, although I do believe that Newsfield had already tried something similar with Crash magazine. It did prove to be extremely popular with the readers though, and led to the eventual creation of the megatapes that we all remember. Most of the contents of this tape are interesting odds and ends. There isn't much that's actually playable. Things are kicked off with Gribbly's Special Day Out though, a one-level demo version of Anthony Crowther's cute platformer. You take the control of the titular Gribbly Grobbly, and it's your task to venture out and round up all of the Gribblets, which are your babies. These have to be picked up one by one and carefully brought back to the safety of your cave. Once you've brought back 8, you've successfully completed the demo. The full game then continues in a similar vein with other levels. I never managed to complete the demo though, because old Gribbly is a bit of a bugger to control, and the slightest bit of contact will send you bouncing around as well as quickly drain your energy. Gribbly's Day Out may look cutesy, but it can be rather frustrating to play, I'm afraid. The next item is called The Day the Universe Died on the tape inlay, but the file name just refers to it as Sensible 3D. Evidently these were early attempts at 3D ships and enemies for a future shooter that the folks at Sensible Software hoped to make, but the game was never finished. It's an interesting glimpse at a game that might have been, but there's not much to actually see here. After that we have Made in France 2, the first of 2 contributions from the legendary Jeff Minter. It's a 2-player bat and ball game along the same lines as Breakout, Arkanoid or Crackout. Unfortunately I didn't have a second player, so I was just playing up with myself here, which is nothing new really. Could be fun for a few minutes if you have a buddy to try it out with you. Jeff's other item on the sampler tape is Revenge 2, which is a very early version of what would eventually be released as Return of the Mutant Camels. You can see that it's coming together, but the gameplay isn't quite there yet, and there's just one level that repeats over and over with different colour schemes. I like the phone and post boxes that are attacking you though. I've never actually played the finished game, so I may have to try it out sometime soon. The penultimate item on the sampler is the Mixie Load by Thalamus. This is a pretty cool little musical toy where you can change the different elements of the music track that's playing, such as the main melody, the drums and so on. Guessing by the name of this, it would have been used to give players something to do while a game was loading up, but I'm not sure if it was ever actually implemented on any released games. If anyone does remember seeing it on a game that they played, then please let me know. Finally, we have a demo of The Last Ninja, but it's not actually playable, just a rolling demo. It's also extremely short, looping after just a few screens. Still, to any C64 gamers that were looking forward to getting their hands on the full release, this would have been a tantalising glimpse of it. The music is rather nice too. That brings the first episode of Covertape Chaos Zzapped to a close, but there will be plenty more over the coming months. I can see how this tape would have been a bit of fun for Zzap readers to play around with, but it would have only kept them occupied for about an hour at the most. Still, it was just a nice added bonus to the great magazine. The next few episodes are likely to be quite brief because the tapes only include one game on them for a while. I did consider multiple tapes per episode until they get a bit more substantial, but I think I would rather keep them separate. I should be able to rattle through these single game tapes quite quickly though. So I'll see you again on the next one, and in the meantime, take care.